guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to subscribe and like, and if you have any questions about the video or have some feedback, please make sure to leave a comment at the end. So this video is going to be about Airbnb, which is something that I've been doing for about 3 years with our house in Drexel, just right outside Ocho Rios. So I wanted to share something with you guys that's really cool. Airbnb has added a new feature to their dashboard. So any hosts that use Airbnb, this could be really beneficial for you. If you're not using Airbnb right now and you're planning to get a home that you want to rent out short term or long term, and you plan to use Airbnb in the future, just keep this in mind for when you set up your account because it can be really helpful and save you a ton of time. So what I wanted to talk to you guys about is scheduled messages through Airbnb. So the way this works is when you have somebody that's looking at your property on Airbnb, they can send you messages through the app. And those come directly to you, and you can respond with any questions they may have. They might ask different things like, where is the home located in reference to a certain resort or a certain area of town. So you can respond to them. So those would be very specialized messages for each guest. However, when you have guests that come, you will have certain messages and information that you will need to send to them that is very not very specialized to each guest. It's just general information about the listing, your home, maybe the area, certain things that you want them to know about your home. So schedule messages is a great way to communicate with the guest on this level. So when you're on your dashboard, you just go to inbox, click on inbox, and then you click on scheduled messages, and this section will pop up. So I do have a few scheduled messages here already. So what I wanted to do is kind of show you what I do for my listings and what may work for you, and then you can tweak it for, however you see what fits best for you. So I have one message that I send out. It's called "Thanks for your booking," and I include house rules in this message. So if I click on this message, so the name of the message is "Thanks for your booking" and "House details." This will not be seen by the guest. This is just for you as the host to get an idea of what this message is about. So then you have an area here where you write your message, so you can add details about the home. I always say, thank you for booking. I'm glad that you've chosen to stay with us. So you can write different information there. It's a good idea to include the address of the home and any directions. So for example, our home is in a gated community, so I gave them the address of the home. I'm not going to show it here for privacy purposes, but I gave them the address of the home and then also directions to our home from the security gate of the community. So exactly how to get there and what to look for on the way. So that's a great thing to add. If you have any certain house rules, for example, if you don't permit smoking, if you don't permit pets, certain things like that, make sure that that's included in the message as well, because even if it is on your listing, the guest might not have read it. They might not read the whole description or rules of the house. So make sure you remind them of those really important things in a message. And then also things like what time to check in. So for example, I have in the message, check-in is at 11 a.m. and I give them the co-host's contact information that they can contact if they're going to be earlier or later than 11 a.m. So I will just kind of skip through this. And then the next thing you look at is which listing do you want to add this to. So I have two listings here. If you have one listing on Airbnb, then you would just select that listing. And if you just click on it, then you'll see the various listings and you can check them, whichever one you want to select. If you want to send the same message to all listings, then you would just check both listings. So this is a good way. If you have two different listings, you would want to put the separate addresses of those homes. So make sure that each message that's attached to the listing has the correct information that you want to give the guest for that listing. So the scheduling. So you have an action that is a trigger basically for this message. So for this message, it's when a booking is confirmed. I want to send this message saying, thank you for booking, and here is some information about the home. So the action or the trigger for this message is a booking confirmed by the guest. And then when to send, I send it immediately after the booking. So as soon as that guest confirms their reservation on Airbnb, they get a message from me with that information. So it really helps with your communication with the client or the guest. Sometimes people might book at weird times of the night or early in the morning, late at night, things like that, and you might not be able to respond right away. So having the scheduled message set up to auto send is really a great feature, and I love that they added this. So these are the different time frames. You can send immediately after, minutes after, hours after, however you want to set that up. And then if for some reason you want to delete the template, you can do that there. So that is the booking confirmation. And I have some other messages here. I'll show you the name of the message. There's a little excerpt from the message and then the schedule of the message. So the next one that they would receive is check-in info. So I send this 2 days before check-in at 10 a.m. So this is a message saying, hey, just a reminder, here is the address of the house, here are the directions, here's the co-host information, just as a refresher to them. So they have that information closer to the time that they're actually traveling, because sometimes people book months in advance. So they might have forgotten that information, deleted it. So sending it to them a couple days before check-in can be really beneficial. And then something I do the night or the day after their first night, I send them another message and just say, excuse me, just say, I hope your first night was good in the house. If there's anything I can do, please reach out to me. And that message is sent 1 day after check-in at 10 a.m. And this just lets the guests know that you're still communicating with them, that you haven't forgotten about them now that they're in the house and you've received your money. You want to make sure that they know you're still engaged with them and you're ready to communicate. So that's a great message to send. And then checkout info. So I send this 1 day before checkout at 10 a.m. And this message basically says, I hope you've enjoyed your stay. If you need anything prior to checking out, please let me know. And I remind them that checkout is at 11 a.m. And if they need to leave before or after that, that they can contact the co-host to meet them and swap the keys. So that's great message to send, just to kind of reiterate the co-host information if you do use a co-host. And then something I recently added is a message here that I send 3 days after checkout. So this is a message that I thought would be really beneficial to try and get repeat guests at the home. So it basically says, I'll open this one because I don't think there's any real critical information here. So I said, I trust you have made it safely home. I'm sure you're already missing Jamaica. If your travels take you to Draxhall in the future, we would be glad to have you stay with us again. And I let them know we offer an extra 5% discount above any other discount that might be applied at that time. To returning guests if they book within 12 months of their original stay. So I send this to guests that, were really good and that we would want to host again, because it's really great to get return guests because you know more what you're getting. With Airbnb, it's kind of a roll of the dice. You have some really awesome guests, and then you have some that are, fine. And then you have some that might be a little more challenging. So when you get really good guests, it would be great if they come back. So sending them this message, it'll let them know that you really appreciated them staying with you and invite them to stay again and give them a little discount as an incentive to book with you again. So those are the messages that I have set up right now. They came out with this new feature literally like a week or two ago, so it's something new. I'm still playing around with it a little bit and figuring it out, and I will probably add more messages over time. But I'm kind of just testing out these few to see how it works and make sure the timing of it is good and everything, there's no issues and everything's working well. So I hope this was helpful to you guys. Let me know if you use these scheduled messages, if there's a different message that you send that you think is really nice. I'd be glad to hear about that because it might be something I would add to my list as well. So thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, and I'll see you next time.